Welcome in everyone, my name is Michael. We're going to be looking at acid-base reactions today. Right, so today I got some vinegar here, which the predominant acid in this is acetic acid. So that puts the pH around 2.5 or so. We got some baking soda, pH is going to be around 8. And what do we know about pH? It's a logarithmic scale, right? So, it looks kind of like this, kind of like a big slanted Nike swoosh going up like that. What does that mean? So it's increasing exponentially, right? So that just means it increases by powers of 10, right? So you start like at a pH of 1, very, very acidic, 10 to the negative 1, right? 1 times 10 to the negative 1, which sounds like a small number, but it's actually the biggest number on the pH scale because pH stands for power of hydrogen. So that's the most hydrogen molecules you have, right? So, but as you go up the pH scale, it gets more and more basic. So you get to 10 to the negative 14th at the top, right? All right. So today we're going to combine the acetic acid with the sodium bicarbonate, right? And you combine the two, and what do you think it's going to produce? You combine an acid and a base. Well, we know from chemistry class that it's going to produce water and a salt. So a salt just being, in our case, it's going to be the sodium and acetic acid, right? But without the acid, so sodium acetate. And how does this work? So the hydrogen comes off the acid and attaches itself to the hydroxide, right, to form water. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little baking soda, just a little. We're in there like that. Cool. Okay. And we got to be mindful of the fact that we are working with acid and bases, and while these are household objects, we have to be careful, right? So bases can actually burn you, which but you don't feel them burning at first. You'll just look down and all of a sudden you'll be burned if it's a strong base. Acid, everyone knows the villain falls in a vat of acid and acid burns. So we want to make sure we keep clear, our eyes are safe, and this would be more of a concern in the lab when we're working with higher acids and bases. All right, so here you can see, right? All right, and I'm going to add the vinegar, the acetic acid, to the sodium bicarbonate. Let's see what happens. All right, you see a lot of bubbling. Kind of mix it up a little there. So you see some of the baking soda did not react, right? There's a little left. But also, we see over here, we have water. When it stops bubbling, you look right over here, you got water and you got something in there, and that's the salt, that's the sodium acetate. Alright, so this has been an acid-base reaction, and you get the water and the salt. This reaction is also used in the popular baking soda volcanoes. So thank you guys for joining in. I hope you learned something today.